Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, quick intraday update. Bitcoin is just continuing to move up and is increasing upside momentum. We're approaching the next resistance level now. I've added, a bit like a laser show here, the next trend lines that are relevant. They just keep the trend up, okay? I want to explain that they are not so much related to Elliott Wave, but I've mentioned it many times that if, for example, a third wave is unfolding or an impulse is unfolding, you know, you can use trend lines, or you could use moving averages, for example, as early indication when a local top is reached. Yeah? The fib levels are often too far away. So, for example, now, if we look at this move to the upside, and again, the situation hasn't changed. I've made you aware of, a lot of different bullish indicators in recent weeks. Yeah, lots of them. We even had a live stream about it. A member live stream about all these indicators, and that my opinion is there is no bear market, at least not as long as support is holding. And support for me, main support, is at 50,700, but nothing's changed. So even though we see upside momentum, and even though this is quite a substantial move up, it is not enough to really confirm that the entire correction is finished. I'm watching for it, yeah. And as long as certain parameters are holding, we can just follow the trend higher. But a lot of people are keen on, when can we confirm it? Well, the situation and the communication hasn't changed. I need those 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that third waves tend to extend, but this third wave hasn't even reached an unusual level. So if we say we had from the larger degree fourth wave low on the 5th of July, a wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 pullback, then this is a third wave, absolutely. Okay, at least we can go with that idea because it's long enough, we see the upside momentum, everything, but it's all part of a diagonal pattern, so it doesn't inspire, much confidence because we can't really trust this pattern because of all the problems I mentioned about this structure, which I don't need to repeat now, but it's basically a diagonal pattern and we can't trust these. Because of that, we just have to be cautious, okay? So I can't confirm a low with only 3 waves up and then we make another low and people get upset, frustrated. I'd much rather warn and give you the tools to track the trend upside, to the upside, which I'm doing myself. So we've got the wave 1, we've got the wave 2, the third wave. We've now reached the 1.618 extension, 1 second, which is, again, key target for a third wave. The 1.786 at 63,780 would also not be an unusual extension, not even the 200% extension at 65K. But I still need, even though the third extends, and this might make another low less likely, but I still need a wave 4 and a wave 5. There's no way around it. That's how markets work. If I never get that 4-5, I can never confirm a low, but we can still track the trend. Okay, so there is a certain degree of uncertainty. A 5-wave move would reduce that uncertainty. Already by using the Elliott waves, we can reduce that uncertainty. We can never eliminate it. But if there is a certain, and we can only manage that degree of uncertainty with tactics and strategy. So one strategy would be to say, okay, this third wave, people want to know how long it goes. I can only tell you the next resistances, but the trend is up. So we just follow the trend. So how do we do that? We can do that by just moving up the Fibonacci support. So as I said, it's far away. If a wave 4 starts now, the support zone is defined between 57,626 and 59,746. But I can't say that the wave 4 has started. Okay, when will I get the first indication? So if those trend lines start to break. So let's zoom in. Before we do that, quick reminder, on the weekend, yesterday actually, I published a video on X about NEAR, the NEAR protocol. You guys voted for it on X, on our Twitter channel, so you can go and watch it. There was a breakout pattern. I think it's broken out already. But if you're keen to, I know NEAR is popular, so you guys voted for that, and I published it on X, only on X. And yeah, feel free to subscribe here as well. There will be another poll this week. And thanks again for 20,000 followers on Twitter. I always find it very important to decentralize a bit, not to be only on one platform. That's very important. Now let's take a look at these trend lines. I mean, okay, does it mean we have topped if the first trend line breaks? It's not as easy as that, but I just want to show you the momentum with these trend lines. Certainly when those trend lines start to break, it shows that the momentum is declining, which could be a first hint that the wave 4 has started. I'd say if we then get sort of into the region and actually break that lowest trend line here, that would be a good confirmation that the 4th wave is unfolding, and then we can watch that support zone. But the thing is, if you are trading the uptrend, for example, you might have used the red trend line as a breakout setup and you trade it, then you need, you can't set a stop below the orange box. And it's ridiculous, right? It's far away. So you want to know, or you want to have a tool where you can set your stop below, or track the stop, okay? And you could use those trend lines, but where you stop out is personal decision. You might be happy with a drawdown to the next trend line or that one, or you just set it very tight and say, okay, I just want to trade this trend line, and if it breaks, then I'm out and wait for the next breakout. So that there's no right answer here. We are dealing with maybe an inverse head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That 4th wave pullback could be a right shoulder. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes these break out directly, so you can't say, oh, look, we've got our head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders. It's not, as long as we don't have the right shoulder, there's no inverse head and shoulders, but there's potential for it. The next breakout point is at 63,778. This is the yellow line I'm showing. This is not only structural resistance, but it's also, as I said, a possible neckline for an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And it is also, where one of these next Fibonacci, actually the next upside Fib level is located. It's the 1.786 Fibonacci extension, and it's located, at 63,778. So there's plus minus a few dollars, of course, is structural resistance in that area, and then this Fib resistance area above that. If we break above it, then 65K is next. And that would be a major one, I'd say. It's just sort of a nice, and it's just 65K, I think that's the next one. It's 200% extension. So yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin, which means in the short term, we can track the trend higher. When those trend lines start to break, at least it's worth watching if wave 4 has started. But until we break really below 57,620, there is no, until we break below that, the white count has a chance, and the white count could give us that 5-wave move. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.